Now on Sunrise, new lawsuits alleging sexual abuse inside the system meant to care for Oregon's troubled youth. What we've learned about these accusations. It's been the most expensive wildfire season in Oregon history. How much money the State Department of Forestry needs to make payroll. And history on the line for your game of the week as one head coach looks for a record win. We've got a busy week 3 of Friday Night Football. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for joining us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. We'll get to your headlines in just a minute, but first, let's start off with Daisy Caballero with our first look at your Saturday forecast. Daisy?
Hey, good morning, Libby, and yeah, happy Saturday. Also, happy last official day of summer, everyone. Starting you off at Cannon Beach this morning. It is chilly. It is 39 degrees. Another beautiful look as we're taking you to the Reserve Golf Course in Aloha, 44 degrees. Another clear sky there. The sun starting to officially creep on in, and as we're showing you a look here through a Wells Fargo sky cam, you can of course at the corner of your screen kind of see that sun officially up. It is 52 degrees last check out at PDX. The rest of your current temperatures in the 50s for Forest Grove, 46 degrees for Beaverton, and then in the upper 40s for Westland, 49, 46 for Happy Valley, and the rest of our region here. Low 40s for parts of the coastline, including Tillamook, 45 degrees for Newport, and 48 degrees for the Dalles. Here's what your weekend is going to be looking like. A lot of sunshine is in store, a high of 77 for your Saturday today. Again, the official last day of summer, and as we're welcoming in the fall, first official day of fall for your Sunday. Mostly sunny skies with the high of 78. Showers are potential in the forecast alongside those upper 80s, maybe 90s. I'll show you when that is coming up.
Thank you, Daisy. This morning, Gresham police have arrested a 17-year-old after they say the suspect threatened someone with a gun, then brought the weapon to school. The victim called staff at Gresham High School Friday morning. Staff identified the student and moved them to a secure area. The student cooperated. Authorities say the student admitted to police they were armed. No one was hurt. Last night's football game at Rex Putnam High in Milwaukee was canceled after a threat prompted a lockdown yesterday afternoon. The district says a student found a message written in a restroom. Fortunately, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says that threat was not credible. Students were released at the usual time, though in smaller groups. Along with the football game, sports practices were also canceled. New lawsuits allege sexual abuse by current and former staffers of Oregon's juvenile detention system. There are a total of 6 claims at facilities that house kids as young as 12 years old. Alma McCarty looks at these cases for us.
It's taken tremendous courage for each of these plaintiffs to come forward with their story.
And Portland attorney Nora Van Duzen says it started with a complaint from one person who'd once been incarcerated as a minor at an Oregon Youth Authority facility.
We were able to begin an investigation and to really wrap our heads around how widespread the sexual abuse was at OYA institutions.
One of those institutions, McLaren Youth Correctional Facility in Marion County, which housed teenagers and young men up to 24 years old.
Any sexual contact between youth and staff at a facility is sexual abuse. Full stop.
Now Van Duzen and her team have filed a total 6 lawsuits against current and former staffers in Oregon's juvenile detention system for alleged abuse over a 4-year period. 4 of the named defendants are accused of sexually abusing plaintiffs, and the other 11 accused of failing to report known abuse.
A staff member gaining the trust of the youth by giving them contraband, by singling them out for special attention, by isolating them.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the Oregon Youth Authority wrote, in part, "The conduct alleged runs completely against our values and commitments to our youth, and we will continue to swiftly investigate and take decisive action when individuals undermine our work."
And that was Alma McCarty reporting. The Oregonian and OPB report 2 of the former workers have been charged criminally. The Oregon Youth Authority adds at least 3 employees who were accused of abuse were immediately placed on leave. This morning, Oaks Amusement Park is suing the manufacturer of its Atmosphere ride for a malfunction that made global headlines. In June, about 30 people got stuck upside down, some 10 stories up, for 25 minutes. The lawsuit accuses the Italian company that built and installed the ride of negligence. Riders' families have filed lawsuits against Oaks Park. One is seeking $125,000 in damages, alleging their daughter now suffers from post-traumatic stress and anxiety. Turning to wildfire season, this year has been the most expensive for fighting fires in Oregon's history. Nearly twice as many acres burned across the state this year than any other. It's part of the growing trend of a larger and costlier wildfire season. And that means the state's Department of Forestry is out of money to pay for firefighting efforts. It's now asking the state's emergency board for some $47 million just to make payroll. But even if that comes through, the department will likely once again be out of funds by November.
I would like to think that future fire seasons won't be quite at this scale. I think the statistics tell me that that's probably not going to be accurate. The trajectory that we've been on, certainly over the last decade, tells me that this might be our new normal in terms of the scale of fire that we see across the landscape.
The emergency board will meet next week. You can check out the full story with some eye-popping year-by-year comparisons right now on KGW.com. We are one step closer to a new interstate bridge. Friday, planners released the environmental impact statement highlighting the changes that would come with a new design. Among them, northbound commute times would be shorter and light rail trips between Portland and Vancouver would take about 47 minutes. The report also found a new bridge over the Columbia and interchanges would displace some 43 residences and 36 businesses. The team is taking input from the public over the next 60 days. You can learn more in our story at KGW.com.